What is up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a rebuilder for the Jets, and yeah, let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to go over is the lineup, and first player we're going to go over is Sam Darnold, the big, thick, trunky coastal kid with a Midwest ethos and a blue-collar work ethic. Then we got Le'Veon Bell, one of the best running backs in the league. Robbie Anderson, I really like this guy. He's not like the best wide receiver in the league or anything, but I really like his game. And yeah, so other than that, we got Jamison Crowder too. They got him in free agency in the offseason. Other than that, this offense isn't really anything, like they don't really have too much. They got, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but he's pretty good. And then we got Ty Montgomery. Packers fans probably hate him. And then the offensive line. And then we got the defense, which I know we got Jamal Adams. He's really good. CJ Mosley, they got him through free agency, 87 overall. Then they got Williams, a rookie, hit their first round pick. So this defense doesn't look like, they got Leonard Williams too, 84 overall. This defense isn't like the best thing in the world, but they do have some pretty talented players on defense. So what I'm gonna do right now is go make some trades before the season starts, maybe get a few free agents, and yeah, so I'll get back to you guys when I get all that done. So we are back. We didn't make any trades, but we did sign a few free agents, one of them being Dez Bryant, because why not? He was an 83 overall, and he was not on a team. This team really needs a wide receiver, and he's actually the team's #1 wide receiver after signing him. So I don't think that was a bad signing right there. We got ourselves our best wide receiver like that. So yeah, going to the defense, we got Eric Berry. He's actually a strong safety, but we're starting him at free safety because we have Jamal Adams, who is already a superstar. He's 90 overall. Eric Berry was an 86 overall. So he was actually an 86 overall for strong safety too, I think. So not really much of a change right there. So we got two really good safeties. Then we signed Nick Perry through free agency, 80 overall. So we actually made a few good signings through free agency. Well, just preseason free agency, just no one that signed these players. And that's about all the moves we made. So yeah, let's get to the regular season. So now that the regular season has started, we have to set a goal. And the Jets, I don't quite think they're a playoff team yet. But with the signings that we made, I kind of want to put our goal is to make the playoffs, but at the same time, I don't think we will. So we're going to go ahead and put 7 wins. I think we'll be lucky even if we get to a wild card spot, like extremely lucky, like people have to get injured and stuff. So I don't think we're going to be making the playoffs. So we're going to be doing 7 wins. And yeah, so if we make the playoffs, great. But I don't think we will. I don't think the Jets are quite good enough yet to be making the playoffs. And so now everything is done. So I'll just simulate all the way to mid-season. I'll be doing some scouting stuff, and I'll catch up to you guys when I get there. So we are at the halfway point of the season, and the team is struggling. We're 2-5. We won week 1 actually. We started out 1-0, and then we beat the Patriots in week 7. So the team is not doing too well right now. Our goal was to win 7 games. Obviously, we're way below that right now. So our goal is to get 5 more wins throughout the second half of the season, or even possibly make the playoffs. Hoping the team can do that, but we're not. We're not doing too well right now. And we did actually re-sign a few players. We re-signed Leonard Fournette and Robbie Anderson, so they will be with the team next year. I think they're good players and the team needs them, so that's why we re-signed them. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to be looking for any wide receivers in the offseason, but I'd like to have them on the team. So yeah, the team 2-5. So I'm gonna show you guys some of the scouting players right now, and just show you guys which players I'm interested in. So we need a left end, and I just scouted like a lot of wide receivers actually, because I think we might go to the draft for a wide receiver. Basically, our defense is really good outside of left outside linebackers and corners. So we scouted a left outside linebacker that might go in the first round. We might get him, we might not. We scouted a lot of offensive linemen too, as I go over a lot of like wide receivers and corners. But we did scout a lot of linemen, a lot of corners too. Another left outside linebacker. So that's basically everyone that we've scouted so far. Next time you guys will see me is either, well, yeah, the playoffs, but I doubt we're gonna be making the playoffs this season. We might be winning this game because the Dolphins are 0-7. So yeah, next time I'll see you guys is during the playoffs. So it is playoff time. Our team ended up not making the playoffs, but we did go 7-9. Now, I'm not really going to show you all the playoff games because I don't really care. We didn't make the playoffs, so I'm just going to show you guys who wins the Super Bowl. Yeah, so the Browns went 13-3, no 12-win teams, a lot of 11-5 wins, 10-6, 2 10-6s, and then a lot of 9-7s. So let's take a look at the AFC East. Now, we got third place at 7-9. Bills went 8-8. Dolphins went 2-14. Patriots went 10-6. So the Browns are the best team in the NFL this season. They lost the last game of Week 17, so they could have went 14-2 if they just won that game. But yeah, so I'm gonna simulate the playoffs, and then I'll get back to you guys in the offseason. So we are in the offseason. We got some players to re-sign, but I'm going to be showing you guys who won the Super Bowl, because I'm sure you guys are curious about that. So the Super Bowl, the Cleveland Browns beat the Lions 35-21. So Baker Mayfield and Odell's first year together, they end up winning the Super Bowl. And not really even in a close game. They beat them by 14 points. They scored the Lions scored all their points in the fourth quarter. So this game wasn't really even that entertaining, it seems. Let's take a look at Baker Mayfield. 3 touchdowns. Marvin Jones had the best game for the wide receivers in this game. That doesn't really matter because he didn't get that ring. So Odell gets his first ring in Cleveland. And the Browns win their first Super Bowl. So, or I don't know if it's their first Super Bowl, but they win their first Super Bowl in a very long time. So we are in the offseason. We got some players to re-sign. We are definitely keeping Eric Berry. We're just going to give him exactly what he wants, and hopefully he takes that. Okay, he accepted. I'm not sure if I want to keep Des Bryant because he's not even that good anymore. He's 879, not our best wide receiver. Nick Perry, we're not going to keep. I'm actually just going to like get back to you guys when I get all this stuff done, and then I'll show you guys who we ended up re-signing. And yeah, so we didn't end up re-signing too many players. We did re-sign our punter. I accidentally skipped the first stage of free agency, but we did sign Greg Zuerlein, so we have a new kicker, and we did sign Kendall Fuller, so we have a really good corner right there. We did get an offer declined. We really needed a right end, but it is what it is. We'll look for more free agents throughout the offseason, but I'm not really interested in too many because like Kareem Hunt, we don't need one. Devin McCourty, we don't need one. I know it says we only have a 78 overall free safety, but we're starting Eric Berry at free safety, and we just don't need a running back. Drew Brees it just wouldn't be very realistic for the Jets to sign Drew Brees when they have Sam Darnold and they want to build around him. So we're not going to get Drew Brees. I don't really want to spend too much on a tight end. We are waiting on Jason Peters to accept our contract. We might bump up what we're offering because we really need a left tackle. As you can see, ours at the moment is 55 overall. He's really the only one left that we're interested in. So yeah, next time you guys will see me will most likely be in the draft because not much goes on in like the second, third, and like fourth stages except for just like scouting and stuff. So yeah, see you guys there. So I did simulate throughout the whole draft so you guys didn't have to watch it. So we did get Jason Peters for 1 year. And yeah, so let's take a look at the draft recap. Now, I'm just going to say right here, we had a terrible draft. We did draft a few players later than they were projected. Like this guy was projected to go in the second round, but then we got him in the third round. He's only 66 overall. And we got we didn't like overvalue anyone, but we just didn't really have that good of a draft. And yeah, so we did have a good like free agency. Like we got a lot of good free agents, so that did kind of help us out. But the draft, we didn't really do that good. So we're gonna simulate through the off season, and yeah. So we have to set a season goal at the beginning of the year, and I don't think this team has like a big ceiling, but I am gonna set it to the playoffs because I do think we might be a little bit better than we were last year, and we got 7 wins last year. We got some good free agents, so we're gonna try and make a playoff push. Hopefully we can. Next time you guys will see me will be at mid-season. We'll show you guys how the team is doing, and yeah. So we are at the halfway point through the season. Our team is on a bye week, and our team is actually 5-3. We're tied for first place with the Patriots in the AFC East. Hopefully, second half of the season, we can push for that first place spot. Now, first place in the NFL is the Carolina Panthers at 6-1. Bengals are 6-1, and Jaguars are 6-1. So it's a three-way tie between them. Eagles are 6-2. Cowboys are 5-2. Cardinals 5-2. Lions 4-2-1. Saints 4-2-1. Seahawks 4-2-1. Kind of weird that there's no Browns, speaking that they won the Super Bowl. Broncos 4-4. Browns are 3-4 just after winning the Super Bowl. Hopefully they can turn their season around, because that would not be a good look to win the Super Bowl and then go not even make the playoffs the next year. Worst team in the NFL is the Redskins, who are 0-6-1, so they haven't lost all their games. So that's one positive thing to look at for them, but they haven't gotten a win this entire season. Next time you guys see me will be when the playoffs start. Hopefully we are in the playoffs, and maybe we can make a playoff run, maybe even win the Super Bowl. So we did make the playoffs. As you guys can see, we're going to be playing the Steelers in the wild card game. We went 11-5. I wasn't really expecting us to do that good. 11-5. It's a lot better than I was expecting. I was expecting like 9-7 at best. So let's take a look at the standings. The Patriots ended up going 12-4, so we did not get first place in our division. The Panthers and Jags are the best teams in the NFL. And then the Saints went 12-3-1. Patriots went 12-4. Rams went 12-4. We were actually the 6th best team in the league, well, tied with the Cowboys at 11-5. Eagles ended up going 10-6 after a strong start to the season. And let's see how the Redskins did, since they were the worst team in the league. Did they win a game? Yes, they did actually. They won 4 games and ended up not being the worst team in the league. Buccaneers actually went 2-14. Let's check out the defending Super Bowl champs. The Browns ended up going 8-8 after winning the Super Bowl, so that was not a good look. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate week by week if we win this game, and just until we lose, or if we win the Super Bowl. So let's see if we end up beating the Steelers in the divisional week. I actually said divisional week, but I meant wildcard game, and as you guys can see, we ended up losing. We ended up getting first rounded in the playoffs. Now, let's take a look at the score. It said 14-10, so it was a close game, but we ended up not getting the job done here. It was a very low-scoring game, and we just couldn't get the job done in the wildcard game. And Sam Darnold, not too bad of a game, but he didn't really throw too many touchdowns. A lot of yards, though. Le'Veon Bell was irrelevant in this game. Sam Darnold had more rushing yards than him. So that's kind of a disappointing way to end our season, losing 14-10 in the wildcard game. But at the same time, I wasn't expecting us to make it to the playoffs, let alone get 11 wins. I was expecting like 9 and maybe possibly getting a wildcard spot. So we exceeded expectations, in my opinion. We do have an injury, but that doesn't really matter. So that is the end of this rebuild video, guys. This is my first ever time doing a rebuild, so let me know if you guys want to see more rebuilds, what teams you guys would like to see next. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.